Hi, this is Lisa Copen, and I'm the founder of Rest Ministries that serves people who live with chronic illness or pain. And I'm here today to give you a tip about how to encourage a person who lives with a chronic illness. Now, if you've ever had any kind of illness or disease or even just the flu, you know that a comforting spot can be on your couch with a blanket, perhaps a heating pad, and within reach of a cup of soup. Now, when you live with a chronic illness, however, sometimes we end up closed into our houses a little longer than we may like. Sometimes we just need to get out of the house and get some fresh air. Now, that's not going to cure us, but it might help our spirits, and sometimes it might help how we feel a little bit, actually. So one of the things that I would recommend as a tip is when you're thinking of ways to encourage someone or gifts to buy, rather large or small, think about things they might be able to enjoy outside. Perhaps they have a favorite wicker chair, but they don't sit out there very long because they can't stand up from it easily. You can simply go to the store and buy a high cushion, or find a cushion they already have and take it down to the upholstery shop, and they can make it as thick as the person would like and as dense. I've had some of my cushions done, and it's made all the difference in being able to stand. Another thing is simply a hummingbird feeder or a special flower in a pot. Things like a wind chime can be precious. And you know what? Find a special journal, perhaps, and a neat little pen, and let them record the blessings that they've received while sitting out there. It can be as simple as hearing the birds chirp or whatever it is. Now, if they're a gardener, they may enjoy some of the gardening tools I found made by, I believe it's OXO, that have the very large handles that are recommended by the Arthritis Foundation. There are things that the person can sit on sometimes, if they're able to. That's kind of like a little lawn buddy that they can sit on and roll around so they can reach the bottom. And potting in planters in pots up high where the person can reach it is also a great way to be able to have some flowers. So if they love flowers and are no longer able to bend over or do much, that can be a great way to let them still enjoy some of their loves and passions and just do it in a different way. So when you're thinking of gifts to get someone, a lot of people who live with chronic illness end up with more mugs than they know what to do with, and sometimes more blankets. And although we love those, sometimes we do just need to get outside. So a fluffy new pillow, one of those pretty little flags that blows in the wind, different wind chimes, anything like this can be a wonderful thing to hang out on a porch or a patio or whatever. And when they're unable to get outside, it can still be something visual. And if the person's not able to pick up a huge bucket of water, like I'm not, and able to water things, I kill everything. As far as plants go, you know, seek things with color. The beautiful little flags and those kind of things can create a perky atmosphere outside without having to cause an extra burden of the person watering them. And let me tell you, there's not a worse feeling in the world than when someone brings you a beautiful plant and then they come back 3 months later and ask you where it is, and you remember that it died just about 3 weeks after the person brought it because you either forgot to keep up with watering or you just don't have a green thumb or whatever it is. So, you know what? Don't be afraid to just go and buy some beautiful rocks that make a nice display on a coffee table or whatever it is, and bring the outside to the person who lives with an illness. Thank you so much for listening and for learning and for wanting to reach out to a chronically ill friend. I hope these tips have been helpful. You can find 505 ways to encourage a chronically ill friend at www.beyondcasseroles.com.